Okay, good afternoon, everyone that could make it into today's Keep Calm and Career On. Welcome. If you are newer to this space or newer to seeing me, my name is Bert Rivera. I work at the Career Development Center at CSULB at our campus. And here hosting this event, Keep Calm and Career On. It's a series we're doing throughout the fall semester both to give you tools and techniques for keeping calm. So sharing various mindfulness tips and techniques, which I bring about 12 years of personal practice, training with some very accomplished teachers, and a lot of teaching in classes that I've been doing for the last 7 years. So I bring some of that and some of the tips that I do and share in this program. And then also Career On, where we get to share some insights, career insights and tips to help you as you're looking for jobs, internships, and trying to learn how to navigate this career world. Here we are in fall 2020. So welcome to today's session, and I'm glad that you could make it. I see we have our little group gathering. Our theme that we have for this week's session is reinventing the job search. I know this year is challenging as we're moving into struggles finding jobs and a lot of changing, shifting dynamics going on just in our employment landscape. So I wanted to ask you all as a question, just to kind of hear your thoughts as kind of what's your approach to finding a job? And I know last week or the 2 weeks ago, we asked about what tools you use, but kind of what's your approach? Maybe what's the first one or two things you do when you're looking for a job or an internship? So you can share that in the chat, just so we can see where everybody is and kind of what you're all working on. Any approaches that you take when it comes to finding a job or internship? What's maybe the first one or two things that you do? You want to take a little time to think, to reflect on that? Maybe what would be your approach? I know some people are typing right now and getting their ideas together. And there's no right or wrong answer. Just take a moment to think about your approach to finding a job, finding an internship, and what's one of the first things you would do? Kind of what's your approach? How would you do it? What would you search for? Kind of what comes to mind as you're looking for a job or an internship? How would you normally approach that? You can just write that in the chat box. Okay, so I have one person saying networking with faculty and friends. Okay, thanks, Melissa, for sharing that. So that's one approach to finding a job or an internship is networking with faculty or friends, one idea. Any other ways that you approach looking for a job or an internship? Maybe what's one of the first things that you do or first things that come to mind if you needed to find a job or internship? How would you approach that? Just take a little bit more time as you're typing that and getting that together. Okay, considering fit and envisioning self in the role. So yeah, that's another good one is, do you fit in the role? Is that something that you'd find yourself being successful in? Maybe get like one or two more responses here of just your approach to finding a job or an internship. What's something that you think about? What's something that you consider? As our topic today is reinventing the job search, I want to hear a little bit more about what you all think about and consider when it comes to a job search. Let's see, maybe if we can get one or two more people typing or sharing, you can just write it in the chat box. And it doesn't have to be a mind-blowing answer, and this is not a quiz. I know we're in midterm season right now, so it's definitely not the time where you have to get a answer. But just personally, thinking yourself as you're looking for a job or an internship, what approach do you take? What's something you think about? What's something that you consider? You can just write that in the chat box just so we can kind of get an idea of what everybody in the room is thinking and considering when it comes to that. Okay, we have one from Daisy, maybe finding a job that's near you so you don't have to drive too far to get there. Yes, definitely a good consideration. Thinking about location, and especially now in this COVID environment, that's something to really consider is it someplace you have to go to, or can you maybe do it remote or do it virtually? All right, thank you for sharing that. And then we have one from ID Lou. One approach used was having a certain job title and searching on Indeed. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you, ID Lou. And actually, that's going to be a perfect bridge to the career tips that we're going to be sharing today. So right now, I wanted to introduce one of my colleagues, a student that works in our Career Development Center, Melissa, who I'm going to introduce her, or she's going to introduce herself, and she's going to share a couple career tips that can help you reinvent your job search. So Melissa, feel free to take it away.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Villaflor. I'm currently a graduate business student here at CSULB, and I work for the Career Services, actually, and I have 2 tips for you that can launch your search for any jobs or internships you're looking for. And so the top 2 tips are to reinvent what you search. One way and resource that I like to use is onetonline.org, and we'll actually put in a link to that website. I use that as a resource and tool to help you use your simple keywords to look up different job titles and search up, and that search will actually bring up any samples of reported job titles. And it'll actually help you to broaden your search and take that extra step in finding even more jobs that you didn't even think of in the first place. And also to reinvent how you search. So let's expand from Indeed and ZipRecruiter, and we're actually going to use a tool as CareerShift that is actually available to all of our students, and it's found in your SSO under the Career Link Chiclet. We're going to send you a guide of how to get there. And basically, this is a database with numerous job searches that I actually use to find jobs for students. And it's specifically curated to your needs, such as if you want a distance, what kind of job you're looking for, full-time or an internship, and when that job was actually published. So it's pretty much curated to your needs, what you're looking for, and what you hope to find anywhere near you. Actually, I'm not in Long Beach right now, so finding a job here in San Diego can be a little bit difficult. And since this resource is actually through Long Beach, and it's a very trusted resource, in my opinion, I think that it'd be really useful for a lot of our students, especially in a time where everything's virtual and it feels like the job search is just getting more and more narrow. So yeah, those are my 2 top tips.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate you sharing those tips. And in the chat, like Melissa shared, we have links for guides for using both of those tools. So that's definitely something that you can use moving forward as you're reinventing your job search. So as we get into the mindfulness portion of this, before we do, I just wanted to let you know that this is the week of wellness. So there's a number of wellness events and activities and programs going up. So I wanted to share a care package that was sent out, I believe, to most students. And this has a number of the events that are going on and also a number of other resources to help you out. If you are interested in more wellness activities, I'm going to include my email address in the chat box. You can send me an email, and we're creating a wellness group on Teams, so then we can market and promote other wellness-based activities. So if that is something you're interested in, just shoot me an email with Teams in the subject line, and we can give you some more information about some upcoming events and programs. So with that, I wanted to begin with our mindfulness tip. And the one I wanted to share today is mindful movement. This is a very valuable practice. And specifically, I'm going to share the 6 spine stretches. This is something you can do in a break. Let's say you're looking at Zoom at classes, you want to take a break from the screen. This is something you can do to kind of mobilize your spine, get you moving from all the sitting that you've been doing. It's also really helpful if you're going to do maybe a longer mindfulness practice, some mindful breathing like I've taught in some of the previous sessions. Then it allows you to get your body settled and get your body in the right state of mind for a practice. So I'm going to leave my camera on so I can demonstrate and guide you through the 6 spine stretches. So wherever you are, you can just follow along with me. If you do have any injuries or areas where it's hard, feel free to take some modifications, move as far as that you feel comfortable moving, or just follow with your breath. Whatever that works for you, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna get started. First things first, we're gonna sit with our spine straight up. We want to have a little bit of room to move our arms. And we're first going to just start with breathing in and breathing out. Just let yourself breathe in through your nose. Let yourself breathe out through the nose. And we'll take a couple more deep breaths like that, breathing in fully through your nose. And breathing out fully through your nose. Another deep breath in, filling your lungs and breathing all the way into your stomach. And breathing out fully, steadily. You can continue now with your normal breath. Just be aware of your breath. Because to make this movement mindful, we're going to be following our breath as we move. So on your next inhalation, you're going to breathe in and bring your arms up overhead. You can bring your hands together if you'd like, or clasp them. And you're going to breathe out and you're going to go to one side. You can mirror me or follow your own side. So you breathe in, you're going to come back up. Breathing out, you're going to go to the other side now. And breathing in, we come back up. Breathing out, back to that first side. Breathing in, come back up. Breathing out one more time to the other side. And as you breathe in, come back up. And I may have been off with my breathing there. Breathe out. Hands back down on your knees. So that was moving your spine left to right. And that's getting that flexibility left and right in your spine. Now we're going to do some front and back bending of your spine. So we're going to do some modified forward bends and back bends that you can do in your chair. So with your hands on your knees or in your lap, as you breathe in, imagine there's a string right from the center of your chest pulling up your heart to the ceiling. So breathe in and lean back. And as you breathe out, round your back forward, crunching forward. Breathing in, bringing that heart back up to the ceiling. And breathing out, crunching forward. Do that one more time, breathing in. Heart up to the ceiling, expanding, and breathing out, crunching forward. As you breathe in, come back to a balanced posture. Now we're going to finish off with the last two ways that our spine can move, twisting left and twisting right. So on your next in-breath, breathe in, bringing your hands up over your head. You can bring your hands together. And breathe out, twist one direction as far as is comfortable. And as you breathe in, return. Breathing out, twisting the other direction. Breathing in, return. You can do this at your own pace. Breathing out, twisting again. Breathing in, returning. Breathing out, twisting one more time. And breathing in, returning to center. And breathing out, bringing your hands back down to your thighs, to your legs. And we'll conclude with taking 3 more mindful breaths. Breathe in fully, filling your lungs on your next inhalation. Now breathe out slowly and steadily. Breathing in, filling your lungs, expanding your chest. Breathing out slowly and steadily through your nose. And last, deep breath in, filling your lungs completely. When you're ready, deep breath out, taking your time, breathing slowly. Relaxing your muscles, relaxing your body, giving yourself this opportunity to just reset. When you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers or toes, you can open your eyes, you can just be aware of your body. So that's a simple mindfulness practice or tip that you can integrate Throughout your school day, as you're studying and you just need a break, just move your spine. You can do that seated or you can do that standing. Not only does that help bring you back into the present moment, it helps mobilize and move your spine to undo some of what's happening as you sit frequently throughout the day. I also wanted to share with you a brief little video from a Tai Chi instructor that I practice with. And he has a little micro break, something you can do between classes, where you can also do some mindful movement. So I just shared that in the chat box. Feel free to watch that video. It's about 13 minutes long, and that'll help you as maybe you're doing some motions and movements to break up the monotony of sitting so often. With that, thank you so much for joining this week's midweek or Keep Calm and Career On. This is a time and space that we have every couple weeks. Our next one is going to be 2 weeks from now, where we're going to be covering a different tip on networking. Look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, until then, please do some mindful movement, mindful breathing, and use some of those career tips to help you in your job and internship search. Have a good rest of the day and look forward to practicing with you soon. Bye.